So, Andy Kilner, Friday night, the next game against Qviding at Vallala IP in Gothenburg. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone is able to see it, but what are your thoughts about the opponents? Do you know much about them?
I've watched them, and I've watched one of their training games because it was when they, well, I'm actually in the process of watching it when they played Utsikten. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to see any of the FC Trollhättan game, which would have been fun to see. Obviously not the same in-depth analysis that we would do for a league game. You know, it's a training game, lots of players are going to play, and it'll be a great exercise, as the Karlstad game was for us. It was a terrific.
What was good in that game from your point of view?
Well,
what can we do better next time?
Well, there's a lot of things that we could have done better, but we started the game very, very well. We probably had 3 chances to score before Karlstad actually had their first chance of the game. They were very much a counter-attacking team, and I knew that from watching their videos from last year, that they were somebody that on the break they look to hit the first pass behind you, and they're very good at it, and they've got a very quick striker. We played particularly well. We got our press right some of the time and not all of the time, which is absolutely fine in pre-season because it's something to work on. We came there with a little bit of a different shape. We got minutes into people like Klaus Newman, Andrew Palumbo, Alex Carlson, so it was very, very positive. We've spoken a lot about the ability, or the need for us to be able to, even though we did it very well last year, you know, we weren't beaten, but we're going to have to do it even better this year, is that we're going to have to press the opponents better than we did last week. Yeah,
it's a higher speed, it's a higher level.
Well, it's a higher level, and so you've got to do everything a little bit better, and that includes your defending and it includes your attacking. We got caught a little bit on the break last week. We were a little bit naive defensively in that we didn't kill space. But you know, it was the first game for us. We've played intern games and stuff, but it was the first game, so if I'm picking at small things in a game like that, then, you know, it's perfectly fine at this moment in time. We go through it on the video, and just to let players know where they were and what they were doing and what they might have done differently. So
Karlstad won 3-1. Were you worried when they made 1-0, 2-0, 3-0?
No, I wasn't worried, because at the end
minutes.
of the day, at the end of the game, we were going to have the same points as everybody else has got, because there are no points at this stage of the season. So I wasn't particularly worried. I was disappointed that we conceded so easily. When I've watched their goals back, they were all avoidable, and we conceded too easily and didn't take the chances that we had. But I'm pretty much, in football terms, I'm a glass half full kind of person. So I looked at the problems that we'd caused them in the first 20 minutes of the game, and I was very, very pleased by that, because we took the game to them as I expected us to do, and were very, very good for a period of time. And then we lost a little bit of composure defensively and made a couple of mistakes, which is going to happen. So it wasn't a question of worry. I'm not worried about whether we win the next 4 training games or whether we lose the next 4 training games. The players need to get the games. We'll learn from them, particularly in the games against first division teams, because we'll get to just get a flavour of the type of player that they've got. But I wasn't worried. I was disappointed that we conceded goals a little bit too easily. But, you know, if you're going to do that, you're better off doing it now.
So, Andy, how much time do you spend here watching the games afterwards?
Hours, because it's a part of the job that I really like. I enjoy watching the games back, and I enjoy analysing, and of course I did it just the same amount of time of last year, and I'm probably going to have to do more this year. And of course, if I can give little bits of information back to the players without obviously overkill, I have the time and the responsibility to pay attention to these things and the games that we play and some of the trainings that we have that we film as well. So it's a part of the job that I really like.
But is it possible to get too much information to the players? Or?
I think it is. I think you can overburden them. You can overburden them with information. What I try to do is to show them instances that we've talked about that have gone particularly well, and then just show them instances of when we thought we'd done the same thing, but actually they can see that it wasn't quite the same, so that they can differentiate between when they do it really well and when it's not quite there, that we've got to aspire to get it right more often. And that's all I'm trying to do, really. And of course, when we're analysing the opposition, I'm showing them ways that the opposition potentially might cause us problems, and more so how I think that we can cause the opposition problems, because we're very much a team that, and we will be this year, and sometimes it won't work out, but we're going to be a team that attacks every team that we play. So for me, is trying to show them areas that I think we can have success going forward, and areas where we're going to have to be careful defensively.
So then, what do you want to see against Qviding then? Anything particular?
Well, my first priority, as it is before every game, is that I don't want anybody to get injured. We're not a huge squad of players, so my overriding wish is that we come away with good minutes, a clean bill of health, nobody who's got something that's going to keep them out for a period of time, and then just a gradual progression of what we've spoke about this week. We've had a couple of really good meetings, one particularly last night where we went through some fantastic stuff, and I think that it's been a real moment of the players realising what it was that we did last year, and to refocus in on that and try to do it a little better this year, as we've got to do. And obviously I want to play attacking football. I'd like us to get those 2 goals that we aim for in every game, because it gives us a chance. And then, we're going to have a chance to see Milos Andelkovic. He's going to get some time. Cyril will get more time. So there's going to be a lot of changes. Miljan Nasic is in the squad this weekend. So, it's going to be a good exercise. And like I say, you can create a little bit of confidence and belief through pre-season, as we found last year. But the stark reality of the situation is that on April the 3rd or 4th, we're all going to start with nothing. And that's when it really comes down to it. So everything you do in pre-season is leading to that game. And whether we win, lose or draw, I've always said to the players, I'm not interested in pre-season. What I'm interested in is trying to create the level of performance that if we do that over a period of time, that should take good care of us.